Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Hardcore Survival. Today we are going to continue to do things. Whereabouts have we left off here? So we have some tools. I think we've got a bit of iron. I'm gonna cook that now, and let's see. What do I need to do here? I need to go and fetch diamonds so that we can get to the Nether. Why do I need to go to the Nether? The quest is to go and kill the dragon. Ah, yes, for Blaze Cream. Right, yeah, so we do need to go to the Nether. Because I was going to say, hang on. Why do I actually need to go to the Nether? All this time I've been doing hardcore things. Have I actually needed to go to the Nether? But yeah, I do. Because we need, like I say, Blaze Cream or Blaze Powder at the very least. I can't remember what it is. I think it is Blaze Powder to turn Ender Pearls into Eyes of Ender. Oh, we need to kill a bunch of those guys as well. Nuts. Okay, well, I think we should have another look at that ravine. I think we should try and start off by boosting our coal and iron supply. Oh, I didn't plant something. And of course there was the broken land that I am responsible for. So, excuse me, sorry. Yeah, let's try and find something down here. Yeah, right. We're going to need a better way down. Oh, that's the wrong material. Or the wrong tool for the right material, or something or other. Okay. So, here we are, back in business. Is this the bisectional ravine? Yes. Oh, zombie. How do you do, mister? I think I still want to steer clear of that for now. Ordinarily, yeah, sure, go for it. But this is hardcore. Things are a bit more tricky. So, gonna give you a little bit of a miss if you don't mind. At least for a little while. I see you up there, coming towards me. Think you own the place? I mean, you probably do. This is probably his ravine. Oof. I thought it was going to be curtains then. Oh well, never mind. If it was his ravine, he should have defended it a bit better, shouldn't he? Really? No point having summon if you're not going to defend it. It's a simple philosophy, but one that I think is applicable for all kinds of situations. If you're going to have something, look after it. There we go. Those are Nick's wise words of wisdom for today, or Nick's www wise words of wow, as the section shall now be known as. It won't be a regular section, don't worry, because I'm nowhere near intelligent enough to come up with wise words of the week every time, or whatever I said. Wise words of wisdom. I can't even remember what it's called. So there we go. Whoops. That's not going to be good. There's a bit more iron here. This is good. This is what we set out for today. We set out for coal and iron. And it's so rare that I set out for an actual mineral and get what I've set out for. It's ridiculous. I mean, here I am. Half the time I go out looking for coal. Lo and behold, come back with redstone. It's mad. Not that I'm complaining, of course. I would love to come back with redstone. I'm quite proud of my redstone skills, you know. I'm not the best. I'm no Seth Bling. But I'm quite happy with what I know at the moment. I'm always looking to learn more, but I'm happy at the moment. You know, I'm really sorry I cannot remember your YouTube name, but there was a fella who helped me out with my casino game. In that video, I showed off what I had been working on, this game of chance, and it was good, but there was just like two kind of flaws. One of them was that you won far too often, But I knew how to fix that anyway with just increasing the delay. It's just I didn't build in enough room to do so. And the other thing he suggested were for my other problem was to basically the pistons that would fire when you won or lost double pulsed, so you always won more of what you won. And he told me how to fix that. So thank you very much to whoever you are. Can't remember, but I will post a link in an annotation on this video afterwards, so that everyone knows who you are. Basically, I should have checked beforehand, but I had no idea that I would be talking about you in this episode. So apologies, but there we go. So thank you to you, whoever you are. Here we are, caving for stuff, so that we can make stuff to get more stuff, so that we can go to the Nether and get some stuff, which will allow us to get more stuff, to find something that will help us kill the dragon, which will no doubt yield a little bit more stuff. Yes, I know it's not very specific, but again, if you're looking for specificity, if that's a word, might be a word. Doesn't sound like it should be a word, but who knows. The specificity is a component that lacks severely in these LPs. So if you're looking for specificity, go somewhere else. Somewhere where people know what words are actually words. Yes, I speak English, but I don't actually know what I'm saying. That's the story of my life. There's some coal up there as well. Hike! We'll have that. Why not? We're here for coal. Let's take it. You've got coal. We'll take it. Come on in into the chapel of coal. We have a chapel dedicated to coal. Not that we worship it, it's just we thought we'd have a chapel for coal. Yeah. Or something like that. It doesn't have to be a chapel, of course. It can be a cathedral, but you have to really love your carbon for it to be a cathedral. Sorry. The Cathedral of Carbon. That sounds like a good place. That sounds like a kind of steampunky place of worship. I'm heading down to the Chapel of Carbon. The Cathedral of Carbon. It might be some time. I'm not quite sure what they do there, but I'm going to find out. If I don't come back, tell my wife that I love her. Tell her that our son isn't hers. Not quite sure how that's possible, but it is. Or something. Oh, lost track. Sorry, my fault. Now, gonna try and actually steer away from lava in this series, because lava seems to be my sticking point, really. I mean, to be fair, I didn't die by lava in the first series. I just happened to die near lava. At the hands of a devious skeletal being. But nevertheless, I think in the second one I died by lava, and I also died by lava in that really hardcore-esque way in Survival Islands, i.e. digging out a bit of floor and just walking straight into it. Still can't believe I did that. What a muppet I am. But the thing was, I was distracted by the blaze that was there, you see. There were like a bunch of blazes, and some of them weren't actually there, and it was a logistical nightmare is what it was. But I just couldn't focus. Oh, I was focusing on the wrong thing, and that, sorry about the mic slipping there. I had an itchy ear, and that's what that happened. Yeah, I was focusing on the blaze, which I thought at the time was the most dangerous thing that was there, because I couldn't see the lava. So I thought, right, let's get rid of this danger. Then all of a sudden, whoa, you know, some of them are actually ghost entities and aren't actually there. Oh, that's just throwing it into the mix a bit. Then lo and behold, not concentrating, dig out the floor, woof, up I go in flames. It's a sad story, and one that we will probably see again someday. knowing my luck. But it is what it is, and what it is that, and that's the thing. You know why I'm not specific enough? It's because my LP influences were not the right kind of choice for informing people. Like, I started watching LPs many years ago, actually. I started on Super Mario World LPs, where there was like, I was watching, what's his name? A chap called Azurblade 49, 47? Azurblade. You just type that into YouTube and he'll come up. I started watching Azurblade, and I really, really enjoyed his LPs. Like, no end. I thought he was hilarious. He was great. Like, I think I just stumbled upon him by accident as well. Like, Super Mario World is my favourite game, or it's certainly the game that I am best at in the whole world. The best game is my talent lies with Super Mario World. So I think I must have just typed in Super Mario World into YouTube one day, and then one of Azurblade's videos came up, and I watched it, and it was great. He was hilarious, and I just enjoyed seeing the different perspective on the game. And from him, he mentioned a chap called Proton John, and I watched a couple of Proton John's videos, and quite enjoyed his as well. His weren't as funny as Azurblade's, in my opinion, but Proton John had the kind of know-how of the game. He knew the game really well, and that's what made his LPs so interesting as well. Like, it was good to see someone who knew the game really well playing different ways, because some things that people may not know about Super Mario World is that there is a huge hacking community out there where they've basically taken the original ROM for the game and completely rewritten it using a program called Lunar Magic, and have made entirely new games. Some of them are really impressive. Some of them you wouldn't even know are modifications of Super Mario World. And so Azurblade and Proton John play these hacks, and it was good to see this kind of different perspective on them. And then I was just kind of doing a bit more digging around for LPs one day and came across raocow. And in my opinion, this is where my lack of coherency just completely vanished. Because Azurblade was funny because he was silly. Proton John was informative about what he was playing, and he knew what he was playing. raocow was the biggest lack of coherency I had ever heard, and I thought it was absolutely hilarious the way he would spend whole LPs, or whole episodes I should say, just talking, saying absolutely anything that came to his head, and more often than not it made no actual sense whatsoever. He would just talk. He would start on a topic and then talk, and within like the first 4 sentences the meaning will have gone completely, and it will be talking about something else. More often than not it would be involving bananas or buckets or stuff like that. And that was I mean, I'm sure you can kind of tell, was a big sort of influence on me. You know, like I've tried with my LPs to try and include some form of information, or some degree where you're either learning or it's coherent and it makes sense. But there are times, like the couple of episodes back, where I just went completely off, and nothing I was saying was making sense. I would start on one topic and then would be talking about another that had no direct relation, just because I said one word that reminded me of something else. And that's kind of what raocow does. His videos are just pure stream of consciousness, and I find it incredible that he can sit there, play the game. He is also a really good Super Mario World player, and he just sits there and is a master at the game, just playing the game like it was his Sunday breakfast. He was just going for it, and just talking and making no sense. And I was like taken back by it. At first, it took me a while to get into it. At first, I was kind of like, "What is this guy do? What is this guy on? What is he doing?" But I get bored if I don't watch Raukau now. I just find his style so fantastic. It's brilliant, and I think Raukau has probably been the biggest influence on me as an LPer. Because he does, I'm saying that how he just picks a topic and goes off. But that's not to say that sometimes he does have moments of talking sense or stuff like that. And I think that's my biggest influence. Whether that's a good thing or not, I don't know. But in my opinion, it is. I love Raukau's videos, and I just love his style. So if I would recommend just going and watching one Raukau video. It won't be for everyone. It's nonsensical. So if you absolutely thrive on logic, then it may not be for you. I mean, there are times when he's just talking and he just it's just a bunch of random words, but somehow in some kind of adaptation, where's my door? In some kind of weird adaptation, it actually kind of works, and then it becomes this kind of metaphor for like government or something like that, and you're like, how did you do that? You were just talking absolute rubbish, and now all of a sudden you're making sense. What was my point? I can't remember what my point was, but just go and watch one Raukau video, Raocow, and see if it's for you. Just because I think he's a good guy to watch. It's almost like his kind of nonsensical style brings a sense of normalcy to things in some way, shape or form. Anyway, I'm rambling, so I'm going to eat this carrot and call it an episode. Thanks for watching, everyone. Goodbye.